Hello everyone, welcome to J10. This is the KNH 472 and 572 Sport Administration class. So I'm the instructor for this class. I'm Dr. Bo Lee. So in these short videos, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit and let you get to know me a little bit. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the requirement for this class. And also we're going to look at some of the very important components in these classes. Right, so as you know, my name is super short, right? So I've got the shortest name in the entire world. The entire name is only got 4 letters. So next time when you shoot me an email, so make sure you spell my name correctly. If you screw up my names, I'm not gonna be very happy about it. So my office is located in Phillips Hall 202L. So although I understand it's an online class, we're not required to meet. But if you do want to meet me in person, and you can come over here every Wednesday from 10 to 12. I'll be here kind of often during the winter time. So if you want to meet me in my office and talk more about the courses and also talk about some other issues, I will be available to you. Again, during the winter time, the best way to get hold of me is through the emails. This is my emails, bo.li@miamiohio.edu. So please shoot me an email if you do have any question and concern. And I've got some email from students today. That's excellent. So I would try to respond your emails within the 24 hours. If you want to know more about me, you can also follow me on Twitter as well. So in terms of my educational background, from this picture you can see I study at 3 different countries, 4 universities, and 4 different majors. So my background is actually in journalism. I study my undergraduate degrees in China, majoring in broadcasting journalism. And then I went to Australia to study my master's degree. I have 2 master's degrees. The first one was international business, and the second one was international relations. And I complete my doctoral degree at University of Arkansas in 2016, majoring in recreation and sport management. So I'm so lucky that I had the opportunity to learn the different things from the higher educations. If you look at my background, you know my background is journalism. So actually I have been working as a full-time sports reporter for about 6 years before starting my doctoral degree. During these 6 years, my main job was to cover international sports events. So you can see, being a sports reporter, one of the privilege for you to have is you can go and travel to many different places and watch all the different sports events for free, right? So when I was a reporter, I got opportunity to travel to, now it's about 31 countries in the world in 5 different continents. And I cover major sports events like Olympics in 2008 in Beijing, 2012 in London, covered FIFA World Cups in 2010 in South Africa, 2014 Brazil, and also went to World Cup in Russia in 2018 as well. And also I covered European Soccer Championships. In addition to these major sports events, I also cover NBA and cover the tennis and golf, and cover some Olympic sport like swimming and diving. So that is my experience as a sports reporter. In addition, that I was able to travel to so many different places to watch sports, and I also had the opportunity to meet a lot of high-profile athletes when I was a reporter. Here are some pictures you can see, like Kobe Bryant. If you follow tennis, you know Novak Djokovic is one of the best tennis players in the world. He was #1 in the world in the past. Michael Phelps, most successful Olympian in the history, winning 22 Olympic medals, and also some other figures like former IOC president Judd Rock, and some of the other athletes as well. So this is my experience when I was a reporter. And as a faculty, we are required to do research. My research has 2 primary focus. The first one is about social media. I study a little bit about how sports organizations try to using social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to reach out to sports fans, and also how sports fans are using this platform to follow their favorite teams and favorite athletes. And so my doctoral dissertation, I collaborated with Lakers to study about how Lakers fans follow Lakers on Twitters and what the motivations are and how culture might impact the users' motivations. And that's my first research focus. My second research focus on the traditional media. As you know, I'm coming from media background, so I studied a little bit about framing theories, how the sports event has been framed by different medias. So this is my main research focus. Now, in addition to teach at the universities, I'm also working with my friend for some sports marketing projects. So in the last 3 years, we have some very big success in the sports marketing project that I've been working with my friends. One of the project we did that was in 2017. We helped Kobe Bryant to collaborate one of the eSport games and helped him define this endorsement. The value was $1.25 million. And also in the past years, we helped PUBG. Some of you play eSport. You know, PUBG is pretty big games in the eSport. So they want to have some athletes to be part of their annual events in Berlin. So we have reached out to Yannick and also brought Yannick to the events in Berlin. So some of you, if you're playing PUBG games, you can also download the package that with Yannick's image. This package will only be existing for like 3 months, so you can still using Yannick in the games if you're playing PUBG. So those are things that I have done in the past. This is a little information about me. And the second part we're going to talk a little bit about in this short video is we're going to talk a little bit about sports administrations and also my expectation for this course. And when we create this course, a lot of students ask me, hey, what is the sports administrations? How would that be different compared to sport managements? I believe majority of the students have taken introduction to sport managements. And do you still remember the things you learned in that class? So I think in that class, professors definitely let you know and help you understand some of the job opportunities in the sports industries and also help you to understand a little bit about the structure things in the sports industries. If we say introduction to sport management is to help you to understand from an employee's perspective what the sports industry looks like, or sport administration is like we hope that you can think about sports organization and sports industries from an employer's perspective, from a manager's perspective. So we're using like management theories, using organization theories, and to help you to understand different components within sports organizations. So the entire course has been broken down into 2 parts. First half of the semester, we're going to talk about some of the major issues in the sports organizations. And then second part of the semester, we're going to talk about policy developments that focus on sports governance. We'll look at slightly from the bigger pictures, from the sports governing body's perspective, how they're able to manage it, to organize the particular sections within the sports organizations. So this is about what is a sport administration. So the required textbook for this class, I have 2 textbooks. First textbook is called Apply Sport Management Skills, like this one. You don't need to have that one because I make it available online. So we're not using this textbook very heavily, but some of the content that you have to learn, that you have to go and read that textbook. And the second textbook, which we mainly use for the second half of the semester, is called Governance and Policies in Sports. So make sure you have the copy of this textbook. Very helpful and useful and help you to understand a bigger pictures of what the sports industries looks like. So about the first half of the semester, we'll talk about sport administration. So we're going to cover 5 different subjects. We'll talk about strategic planning. How are we going to develop a strategic plan for an organization? So this course is also pretty important because it's related to the individual assignment that you have to complete in this class. And then we're going to review some of the organizational theories, help you to understand how organizational theories can be applied in the sports industry, help us understand sports industry better. And then the third topic we're going to touch base on is human resource management, how we're going to recruit people, how we're going to reward people and retain employees. And then we're going to talk a little bit about budgetings, and also we're going to talk a little bit about the risk management. So those are 5 topics that we're going to cover in the sports administrations course. And the sports governance course, which is the second part of this semester, we're going to talk about also 5 topics. I combine sports governance and policy developments into one courses. And then we're going to talk about governance in college sports, like how NCAA and NAIA and using all the different policy to help with organizations within that particular industries. Right, we're also going to look at professional sports governance as well. So we're not just talking about how 4 major professional sports league has been organized in the US, but we're also going to look at how professional sports in Europe has been organized and how professional individual sport like golf, tennis has been organized. So this is about governance in professional sport. And the last topic we're going to talk about is international sports governance. We'll talk about the Olympic Games, how the Olympic IOC, International Olympic Committee, has organized the Olympic Wars around the world. So those are the main topics we're going to cover during this J10. So for this course, this slide, you can know what the requirement, the structures. So in this class, you will be required to complete 5 quizzes. Also 5 online discussions. So each quiz is 20 points, each of the online discussions, which is also 20 points. For quizzes, I would strongly recommend you to complete all the reading, watch all the video first before start working on the quizzes. You will be given 30 minutes to work on the quizzes, and the quiz include multiple choice questions, include some open-end questions. The quiz is not easy at all, so you really have to have a solid understanding about the material that I want you to read and want you to watch before you start working on the quizzes. So you have 30 minutes to work on the quizzes. Make sure that you take every quiz very seriously, and that will help you to get a good grade in this class. For the online discussions, I'm going to share about 5 different topics and case studies on Canvas, and then you would have the opportunity to write respond to each of the case studies. The minimum message you have to share on Canvas is 250 words at least. So you're also required to respond to another 2 students respond. So normally if we have a class on Monday, so you're gonna read this case study and complete the case study, and then respond to another 2 students answer on the second day. So the deadline for completing the online discussion is on the lecture days, and the second day is the deadline for you to respond to another 2 students' response. So how it's clear. And you have a 1 individual assignment you have to do, which is you have to develop a strategic plan for the organization. And then you have 1 group project. Is you're going to work with another 2 or 3 students together, normally 2 students together, and to write a budget justification paper. And then for today, it's the first day, and you also need to write introductory messages, introduce yourself to the whole classes. Right, this is also 10 points, and also require you to respond to another 2 students' introduction as well, if you want to get this 10 points. And we have the final exam that has been scheduled in the last week. And the final exam, I will provide you the study guides and let you have some sort of idea about, what topics we'll cover in the final exams. We'll spend a little more time to talk about the final exams. So for the basic policies, academic integrity importance, I don't have to emphasize that. Although the final exams actually open books, the quiz is open book, but it's individual assignments. You have to do it by yourself. You cannot work with the other students to complete that. I need to make that point very clear here. In terms of assignment, I recommend you to use APA Sire. I don't take late assignments, so make sure you be aware of all the deadline for each of the assignments. In terms of grades, I don't talk with the students about your grades. after the final exam. So if you have any question about a grade, talk to me before the final exam.